Hey folks, here we are. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Fridays at 5 o'clock with flavor. Thanks for joining me. My name is Laurel Ann Porter, aka The Flavor from The Rhythm and the Flavor. And gostaria de começar dizendo salve a Chu, o dono da comunicação. Salve a Yansan, a dona da tempestade e da transformação. E salve Oxalá, porque sexta-feira é o dia dele. I just wanted to begin that way, just as a reminder to myself, really, that it's important that we continue, or start, if you've never done it, cultivating relationships with whatever or whoever it is that you personally look to, whether you call them angels or saints or ancestors or orishas or gods or sacred entities or whatever. And since today is Friday, it's Oxalà's day, and so I even wore a white shirt. All my Brazilian Baiano friends will appreciate that. So the last time I did this podcast, the last Friday at 5 o'clock, I recorded it before I had heard the news about our beloved Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And so and I think a lot of us are having a week of feeling the feels. We're feeling the feels this week. I keep seeing a phrase that I wrote into the lyrics for a song which I'm going to play for you called The Space Between. Just when I thought I couldn't take any more. Here it comes again. But in honor of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who has, would ask and has asked that we all keep the fight going, I'm going to play a music video for you. It's, I have to apologize. Mike and I both had data crashes this summer. And so currently the only version of this video is the low res version. But we salvaged all the actual footage. So at some point when I feel like I have, mustered enough energy, I'm just going to re-edit it together. And so we can upload a higher resolution, higher quality version. But for now, I've been seeing talk about how we have to be vigilant to make sure that there is not a coup happening in the United States. And our song, Slow Coup, which we wrote actually in response to the impeachment fiasco, but I believe it was Bill Maher who was coining the phrase, it's a slow-moving coup. So we kind of took that concept and that phrase and we riffed on it because, we're like a month and a half away from the election and there are some things we need to do. I'm doing postcards, trying to get involved with the texting campaign. We need to get the vote out in whatever way we can, to make sure that we are not allowing voter suppression to happen. To make sure that if people need a ride to the polls, that they have a ride to the polls or that they know how to turn in their early ballot. So we do have all that work to do. But in the in-between stages when, those waves of despair kick in, I turn to music. And this song was what came out of that. So in honor of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, here is Slow Coup.
O povo oprimido tá sabendo dessa história.
Same-ish, different day nessa longa história.
Lava Jato, Petrobras, or even stupid Watergate. O povo exigindo que a justiça can't wait. O que você vai fazer quando cai a democracia? Fica lá na praia tomando uma cervejinha. That's the sound of the shredding of the Constitution. Tell me, is it time for a new solution? It's a slow
Yes. And in another reality, we might do a little call and answer where I say, what do we do when they bring us down? And you say, we make slow grooves. But since we live in a surreal reality, we'll just have to imagine that that happened. But we cannot let them take our creative spirit away. Thanks for joining me again. That was our song Slow Coup. It is available for purchase at therhythmandtheflavor.bandcamp.com. Also, a couple of bits of good news. So I don't know if we mentioned this publicly yet, but so I'm doing these Fridays, but on the first Friday of every month, it's going to be Mike and me together as the Rhythm and the Flavor. So next Friday, we'll be doing another little live jam session for you. Also, for the rest of 2020, Bandcamp on the first Friday of every month is waiving all of their fees for anybody that buys music from any musician on Bandcamp on the first Friday of every month. So if you're hanging out with us next Friday and you're digging the music, consider buying the album because we get a few pennies more. Also, the other bit of fun news is that we got hooked up with a system that allows us to stream and sell our music through all the various online vendors that are out there, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, whatever. We're going to be, even apparently we're going to be on Pandora eventually. So I'll let you know when it happens for sure. When it does, make yourselves a Rhythm and Flavor channel on Pandora. And I just want to urge everybody, if you have a friend or family member who you think might be leaning towards voting for the current fascist, whatever, make up your own word to call him whatever he is. If we can each commit to just working one person enough to make them realize that maybe what they're believing in is not really what it is. If we can sow enough doubt from at least one Trumpster, for everybody that sees what's going on for what it is, maybe we can shift the election back. Though also be prepared to go on strike. I think everyone should go on strike if 45 does not cede in the election. General strike everywhere. Stop working, stop going to school, stop doing everything until our democracy is restored. That's my little vote for the day. I also am using this channel as a way to keep myself accountable for, my examining my health. But boy, I gotta tell you, trying to keep your mental health intact in the middle of this world right now, it's a big challenge. Um, and I've been 2.5 weeks on this 6 week food elimination protocol diet thing. And it's like overall, I haven't had that many cravings, but I'm just sort of starting to miss things. I really miss my morning coffee and my morning coffee ritual. I miss having a glass of wine at the end of the day, but, I know that we are. It's not going to be forever, it's just a process to see what things are actually affecting my health and what isn't. Um, Still, exhausted all the time, but the world exhausts us, right? I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that are feeling rather similarly. Uh, and I think I'm going to make this one short this week. It's been a rough day. And just another request, please, even if you personally don't think COVID is real, just be careful out there, be cautious, and, be mindful of the fact that you have no idea whether someone else has underlying conditions, and you have no idea, who else relies on the people you're hanging out with. So mask up, and if you're feeling symptoms at all, just stay home. Just don't even go out. Just stay home. And if it affects you mildly, great, good for you. But just don't go out into the world when you're having symptoms. And I also need to call myself out on some carelessness, err on the side of caution. If someone tells you they're having symptoms, even if they don't have a fever, just politely decline the visit or whatever it is. So that's kind of me telling myself. Um, so, of course, the other song we wrote, which I thought was appropriate today, because I heard the phrase rage donating. I heard some friends say they were rage donating last Friday night when they heard that Ruth Bader Ginsburg had passed. And apparently, in like the 12 hours after she died, like Act Blue or whatever is the Democratic fundraising mechanism raised like over $1 million in 12 hours. So I know we're feeling the rage. It's righteous rage. The world should not be this upside down, and there shouldn't be this much resistance to dismantling white supremacy. It is so deplorable to me that people are fighting that tooth and nail, and they're just clinging desperately to their ability to somehow feel superior and denigrate others. It's really hard to stomach that when you see it everywhere. And I know my therapist tells me I need to start looking at more positive things and watch more positive, I don't know, movies, but you can only hide your head in the sand watching Disney Plus for so long. There's things that have to be done, and, you know, there's so much at stake. There's so much at stake. And if you're listening, you probably already know that. Most of my friends know how much is at stake, and for some more than others. I have a certain level of privilege in that there are some things that might get people arrested that I don't have to face, whether that be, making same-sex couples illegal, or whether that be, someone who needs an herbal remedy in a state where that's not legal to have. So I recognize I have a certain level of privilege, but I can sense it all around me. I know there's people suffering, and there's people freaking out for very good reason. I mean, not suffering for a good reason, but the alarms have been rung. We need to stop being shocked, and we need to take action. So I'm trying to do the little bit of things that I can. I hope you all are doing whatever little bit of things that you can. The last song I'm going to end with is a song called The Space Between, which is, again, it's pretty much an expression of rage at the world that is playing out in front of us right now. So if you're also feeling that rage, and if the Democratic Party raised $1 million, I imagine you are. This is The Space Between by The Rhythm and the Flavor. So that's the song The Space Between by The Rhythm and the Flavor. Yeah, we got to build a better world because the one we're in kind of sucks. So we got to do the work, but we also have to take care of ourselves. I, if you're exhausted, take time to rest. If you're beat down, renew yourself. Um, Whatever soothes you, um, do that. I was actually considering doing this podcast from the pool today because I'm about to go get in the pool right now. The salt water I find to be very soothing. I don't even have to do anything, I just float and it just makes me feel better. So, whatever that is for you, uh, indulge, enjoy, renew, resist.